bet. 11 double, 21, 10 double, 20, 10 double, 21, 10, 12, 0. Place your bets, please.
16, 22, 26. I have 5.
16, 22, and 26 by 500, Mr. Wolf.
Place your bets, please. Nice.
28 black.
Hey, Carl. It's Lee. You in bed yet?
Oh, hi, Lee. No, not yet.
Well, you ought to be. You'll get wrinkles around your eyes.
That's the least of my worries.
Listen, first thing tomorrow, will you look through my portfolio? I'd like to liquidate everything I'm holding over there. May not amount to much, but I'd like you to handle it for me.
Sure, I'll look at it for you. What's up?
Nothing's up. I just need the liquidity, that's all.
All right. Give me a couple of days.
Great. Thanks. Good night, Carl.
Declan, what the hell's going on? It's first thing in the morning.
I'm getting married. Michelle and I decided to get married last night.
Oh, Declan. Congratulations, that's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Well, when?
As soon as possible, before anyone changes their minds.
Fantastic, Declan. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, well, wanted you to be the first to know.
She's a wonderful girl.
I know.
Well, hell, Declan, you're a wonderful guy.
Yeah, well, I know.
I did ask him to keep this low-key, so he brings a crate of champagne into work.
He looks happy, doesn't he?
Yes, and about 12 years old.
I just wanted you to be the first to know.
Will it be a formal wedding? I don't know. I'd prefer registry office, but Declan, he wants church and the
Of
whole...
course it should be a church. You should have a white wedding.
Do you think so?
Yes!
I don't know. Okay, well then, yeah, maybe a church. Good.
Michelle, it's great. I'm so pleased for you.
Thank you.
You're absolutely sure about this, Emilio? What, because you're going to make a $20 million commitment than last time?
Yeah, Chaz.
Yeah?
You know, what I'm suggesting is that,
What's all this about? I'm getting married. I'm getting married to Michelle.
hello, Chaz.
Michelle and I are getting married.
God's sake. Chaz, are you there?
You're marrying Michelle.
Can somebody check this phone?
That's what I'm trying to tell you, yeah.
Well, that's fantastic, man.
How are you?
Oh, hello. Emilio, I'll call you back, okay? Jeez. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, I wanted you to be the first to know.
Right.
One of the most effective ways of getting people involved in the environmental movement is by simple routines, things they can adopt in their daily lives. So that's why we published the handbook. It demonstrates simple, practical measures we can each take to protect the environment.
You see, people are well-intentioned, but they're also lazy, or ill-informed, or just plain busy. The baby's crying, there's a meal to cook and a bus to catch. Don't ask me to save the world as well. Right?
Ultimately, it's changing people's habits that will remedy these problems. So, we want to get a copy of this guide through every front door in the country. Take the ideas to a national audience.
But do people respond until they're directly affected?
Yes, given the means to do so. If you look at the booklet, you'll see we list 10 household items that the average consumer can buy.
Things like washing powders that don't pollute the rivers, plastic bin liners that rot in the sunlight, light bulbs that consume 80% less energy.
By producing a limited amount of these items ourselves, we are setting an example on a small scale, which we hope will increase public demand and be followed by major manufacturers.
But why come to us?
Well, we believe Shane Longman does have an ecological bias. We know that you have a policy towards companies who are environmentally reckless.
Peter Longman is one of our patrons. He suggested a direct appeal to you for sponsorship.
I see. And how much money is required in total?
We need to raise 100,000.
Well, this type of thing really falls within the province of corporate finance. Lee, what is your view on this proposal?
I'm sorry?
How could we assist with this Earth Trust project?
Which project?
Lee, what we're being asked to do is to assist in getting environmentally friendly ideas in front of a wider audience by means of the Earth Trust Manual. Help people to take individual actions to save the planet.
Well, saving the planet is a very commendable idea, James, but I think it's an issue where banks traditionally sit on the fence. And that would have to be my stance on this.
Roberta, I did tell you I've been under intense pressure this week. I've been putting together a very complicated swap. I haven't had time to see anyone.
But I was naturally disappointed. My first recital as soloist. I sort of expected you'd be there.
I had every intention of being there. Events overtook me. Believe me, I feel very bad about it.
Did the swap work out?
Yes, and it was extremely complicated, even by my standards.
But that's the way you like them, right? The more convoluted the problem, the better you like it.
Yes, it's more fun that way. So, can we have dinner sometime? This week?
This week's a little crowded, Max. Rehearsals and stuff.
Uh-huh. Not late one evening?
We'll see. Call me in a couple of days.
Roberta, I'd really like to see you.
Perhaps Friday. Perhaps not. Perhaps you'll have found the perfect conundrum.
Perfect conundrum?
You just happen to have got me in a particularly good frame of mind. Yes, I will take 10 million of your Alberta 98s and disperse them through the secondary desk. Myself and my colleagues will give it our best attention.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can do for you ladies on the primary desk?
Well, what do you mean? In a professional context?
Absolutely any context.
Well, we are running a little low on champagne.
No problem. Myself and my colleagues on the secondary desk will rectify this situation immediately.
Not without you, won't you? You've drunk it already.
Sorry.
What's going on?
Declan and Michelle are getting married.
Great, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, really. This time. Honestly, really. Have some champagne?
Thank you. Well, congratulations to you both. Thank you, Sophia.
Thank you.
I just hope Michelle won't be leaving right away to start having children. Can interrupt your career badly, Michelle.
Well, cheers, everyone.
Cheers. We have already taken the position that we would decline business from environmentally reckless companies. Now, supporting these people could just be a logical extension of that policy.
In the past, it's been a policy that we could exercise discreetly. Aligning ourselves with a high-profile, highly visible environmental group is not.
Right, by a junk mail campaign.
We have a number of potential clients, James, in household products and retailing whose interests are diametrically opposed. How is our sponsorship of Earth Trust going to appear?
The central issue is Peter Longman is asking us to get behind a piece of green propaganda.
Peter is a major shareholder, and he's quite within his rights, Lee, to ask us to look at this proposal carefully. You must be aware that the whole tone of industry is changing, and banks that have a green bias can forge a lot of new relationships. We should become part of this change.
Clients look to banks for stability, not to adopt radical positions. I think the whole proposal is totally off the wall.
Yes?
There's someone waiting to see Mr. Wolf in his office. He says it's urgent.
All right, I'll tell him.
I don't have a meeting scheduled.
This person believes otherwise.
Mr. Purdy?
Mr. Wolf?
I'm sorry, do I know you?
Summons, Mr. Wolf. You've accepted service.
Damn it, Stephanie, why did you let him in here?
What is it?
Nothing. Nothing that need be talked about, understand?
Of course.
An electric kettle's traditional, isn't it? Or an iron?
Well, 2 adults. Between them, I imagine they already have a kettle and an iron. I think you have to look beyond the arena of domestic appliances, Hudson.
What about a picture?
Difficult, imposing your taste on other people.
What's up, Max?
Roberta's up. She's pissed off with me because I didn't make it to a recital.
Well, naturally. It was important to her that you were there. She's disappointed.
Yes, but I was in the middle of the Hungarian commodity swap, just when it developed that nasty glitch. What?
Look, why don't you take her out to dinner and explain it to her? I'm sure she'd understand.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hi.
Mr. Wolf, sir.
Come in, Lee.
What's up, James? There's not a whole lot more I can contribute to this environmental thing.
Now, this is about something else. Well, frankly, it's a little delicate. A debt collection agency is making inquiries about your income with a view to recouping some debts you have. There are worrying implications to this, Lee. These debts were incurred at a casino.
All right, James, I got myself into a little deep water. But my affairs are my affairs, and it should be left to me to handle.
Not when your judgment's being called into question. Your integrity, compromised as an officer of this bank.
Is someone calling my judgment into question?
Yes, I am. I have to. If you can speculate with your own affairs, how can you be entrusted with those of the bank?
There you go.
What is it?
It's plain London tap water.
Oh, and I thought you loved me.
You shouldn't worry about this thing, about children. Shane have to give you 6 months leave. I mean, by law, they have to.
Really? How do you know that?
I asked Hannah.
Did you?
Yeah, you were concerned, so I asked her about it.
Yeah, well, it's not that. It's the way that Sylvia made that remark. I mean, it gave me the chills. It was almost as though she relished the prospect of me losing my career or something.
Maybe she's jealous.
Yeah. What, of me?
No, of us. Maybe she's jealous of us being married and everything.
Maybe. Maybe she is. Declan, are you sure we want to do this?
Yeah, we're sure. We've said it, we've agreed. We've agreed 1,100,000 times. We're sure, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So what, we're going to be Mr. and Mrs. McConaughey coming home every night, going to the supermarket on Saturdays?
Yeah, well, we're going Fridays. People will say we're eccentric.
I'm serious. You know, this does still scare me.
Scares the living daylights out of me. If that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, actually it does, you know, thank you. It's sort of lonely being scared on your own. Fridays, then.
Yep. It would be the wild eccentrics.
Anyway. What would you say? Boys or girls?
Boys or girls? Boys or girls? God. Girls. Girls are a lot less trouble.
Girls are a lot less trouble. Huh? That's what
They
you
are.
found in your experience, that they're a lot less trouble.
Yeah, that's
Really, I
right.
don't
Oi.
think so, actually.
There's one girl who's a lot of trouble.
We could have sorted this out between ourselves, you and I. How do you think it looks, a process server coming to the bank?
You owe me 5 months alimony. There are school fees outstanding. Frankly, I don't care how it looks.
You made $150,000 on that deal I put you into last year. And you're bitching about 5 months alimony?
I'm asking for what you owe me, that's all.
I owe you.
Yes.
You don't even need the money. You're sitting in a vastly expensive apartment, which I gave you.
Don't make yourself sound so magnanimous. This place was part of our settlement. Now, why don't you level with me? What's going on?
I got into some stocks I shouldn't have, that's all. Temporary blip.
Temporary blip. Some stocks. Lee, your bank has stopped paying basic standing orders. Been gambling, Lee?
Come on, Belinda.
Well, have you?
All right, there's a casino involved. I was on a roll, a really good roll. I thought I could get into the black.
How much?
Almost 70 grand. The Inland Revenue are still trying to attach part of my salary. The unpaid capital gains tax on the sale of the Sussex house. Trying to stop that happening, too. It's a mess.
Well, your apartment must be worth $250,000 at least. You bought in at the bottom of the market.
I'd like to keep my apartment, Belinda. I've already had to move down market. Hey, Carl, did you manage to look over that portfolio for me?
Yeah, I did. But my estimate was a touch high. You're only looking at around $40,000 topside.
Jesus, is that all?
Well, some of this stuff, I have to tell you, it's really tough to offload.
Okay, well, sell it all for me, would you?
Okay, Lee. Sorry, buddy.
That's okay. I appreciate it. Your whole retail operation is too limited. You said that only a minority of the population are buying eco-friendly products, and you want to hit every household in the country. Where are people going to find these products? One or two delicatessens in the King's Road? You have no effective retail network. You're an ecology group with one foot in the marketing business.
Look, Mr. Wolf, we have very good arrangements with one or two supermarkets who carry our lines. We don't want to be heavily involved in retailing.
Yes, you do. You're missing an opportunity to do something far more effective. Involve people through their buying habits.
Would you like anything, Lee?
Coffee, black, no sugar, thanks.
I'm sorry, we don't have any coffee. I can get you some tea. Peppermint, chamomile, cinnamon rose.
No, that's okay. The bank represents a group of retailers. Mid-sized supermarkets, desperate for an idea. You're it. You're the idea.
You mean it just sprouted out of your carpet?
Yes, and get this, a nest of pigeons in my car.
Maybe you ought to call the health department. I mean, it sounds like sort of their territory, really.
No, I don't think this has anything to do with the health department. I think it has rather more to do with one Roberta Jane Altman.
Roberta?
Mm-hmm. Mind games, Hudson.
Yolande, I'm afraid tomorrow night I'm busy. Some people I work with are getting married, few of us are having dinner.
Oh. I was hoping to see you.
Well, perhaps after that. We could have lunch on Thursday. I can jump on my bike, it's just a few minutes for me.
You going alone?
I beg your pardon?
Are you going to this dinner thing alone?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Just wondered, that's all.
Look, we have to talk about this. This thing with you and I.
I'd like to, yes.
So, why don't we have lunch? Yes?
All right, Sika.
Good. Okay, I'll call you first thing. Bye, Yolande.
Leonard?
Me?
I've got a new perspective on this green idea of Longman's.
Don't tell me you want to get behind it.
No, not directly. But I've got an angle that might benefit us both. You and me.
Us, Lee? Really? Go on.
We both agree it's incautious for the bank to be sponsoring Earth Trust. But we've got to placate Peter and his 30% shareholding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we take these Earth Trust guys and turn them into a client? They've got the products, but it's small scale. They've got to get the stuff on the shelves. It's no good having a corner of a local shop. They need a national network, a retail chain. You've got the other half of the equation. Circle 7, your supermarket chain looking for refinancing.
What are you thinking of? Some kind of takeover? How would you fund it?
No takeover. A joint venture. We make Circle 7 the first retail chain in the country selling nothing but environmentally friendly products. It's a huge potential market, and no one is out there addressing it on a large scale. They can be in there first. And Earth Trust have the environmentally friendly pitch ready to go. One can service the other.
And Earth Trust have agreed?
It all fits, Leonard. We make money, we salvage a client. And we're seen to be doing the right thing with the environmental people. It's a creative deal.
All right. Well, let's talk to them.
But Leonard, I've got to package the deal. I need to bring in a big one. It's important to me. My deal, not yours. Don't ask me to explain.
All right.
Thanks.
Relax, Lee. We don't have to like each other.
Yes, I'd like to send someone some flowers. Mixed bouquet, 50 quid's worth. They're for a Roberta Jane Altman. I'll give you the address. Now, the thing is, they have to be dead. Yes, that's right, dead. Can you do that? Good.
$0.15, right?
Right. Stephanie, I want them to stay here tonight. Thanks. Good night.
Good night.
Shuyong Puyong.
What?
It's an exquisite little village in the remote Himalayas. Perfect for a honeymoon. Totally isolated and incredibly beautiful. You stay in an 11th century monastery.
What do you do there?
Breathe.
Breathe. That's all?
I once spent a fortnight there. The air is remarkable. Just eat light cheese, drink mountain water, breathe. Totally clears the mind.
It sounds wonderful, Max, but you see, we only have a week.
Might not be practical. Takes 5 days to walk there. Never mind.
Mr. Lee Wolf, my name is Mr. Oliveira. And this is my colleague, Mr. Harrison.
How do you do?
We represent a group of financiers, Mr. Wolf, and we've been contacted by a London casino in connection with an outstanding debt.
Loan sharks. Excuse me.
We prefer to think of ourselves as debt management specialists, Mr. Wolf, not loan sharks. And we've looked into your situation. And we've agreed to assume the debt.
Like I said, loan sharks.
The repayments will be $3,500 a month over 3 years, starting Monday. We expect you to make your payments promptly, Mr. Wolf.
Get off my damn car.
Here are the necessary papers. Good night, Mr. Wolf.
Piling on the pressure gets you nowhere. I lean on people 10 hours a day, so this doesn't faze me. Understand?
I'd like to propose a toast to the future Mr. and Mrs. Declan Halfman McConnell. And to a new era in German-Irish relations. May you enjoy many years of happiness, companionship, children, sake, sushi, and all the other things that make life go round and come up. Right, Declan and Michelle.
Declan and Michelle. James?
Ah, yes.
Declan and Michelle.
Declan and Michelle.
No, I would make a speech, but I don't know what to put in.
That's all right, Michelle. Neither do I.
Oh, hi. Yeah, there's, what, 8 of us? What did we say? 8 bottles of sake?
Yeah.
7, sorry, my mother's not drinking.
The average running time of a movie is 2 hours. The average running time of a relationship is 2 years. I wonder if there is some correlation between the two.
Well, it's a heck of a lot easier walking out of a movie, I can tell you that.
Come on, Circa. Find the right person. Marriage is a wonderful institution.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, Hudson. I shouldn't be such a cynic.
You gonna eat that sushi?
Yeah.
Oh, Declan, hi.
I
I just wanted to tell you how pleased I am for you and Michelle.
Well, thank you.
But also, just how glad I am to be working with you and everyone. No, seriously, it's changed my life, really. You know, to be working with people I like, and I'm just so fond of you all, and especially you. Oh. You'll be great together. I know you will, you and Michelle. Oh, God, am I rambling on? I suppose I am.
Well, we're all very fond of you too.
Oh, good. Well...
This is like everywhere you went, you had this strange pig's bladder habit.
Oh.
It doesn't.
They see you and they just pull their pig bladders out and they make up as if it's custom. He'll go back home, or Canadian, whatever. And he's going to tell them.
You.
I think there's something they see you.
All right, everyone? Enjoy yourselves?
Listen, I'm going.
You are?
Yeah. No.
Oh, God, you ordered more. No, it just keeps coming. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yes, there is. You have to drink it quickly.
Declan and Michelle.
Michelle.
Yeah, otherwise the heat. What? Evaporates.
Yeah?
Doesn't it?
It sounds plausible.
Tallulah Bankhead.
Pleased to meet you.
No, seriously. Half of what she said was total invention. But with enough conviction, she could say anything and never be challenged.
Wow. Sounds plausible.
Declan and Michelle.
Oh. What's plausible?
I don't know, you said it.
Everything you say and do, Max. Declan and Michelle.
Declan and Michelle.
Michelle, I'm going home. I wanted to say goodbye and to wish you good luck. I hope it's many years of companionship and happiness. And all the other things.
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry.
What is it?
What are you doing? Michelle? Come on. What's wrong? Me? Is it Hillary?
Oh, no, of course not. It's just... Suppose this is a terrible mistake. I mean, it could be, you know. People live together for years as friends and lovers, and then they get married, and it's all over. I had a friend in Germany. She lived with her boyfriend for 7 years. And they got married, and it was all over in 5 months.
That won't
Something
happen.
just evaporated.
That won't happen.
Declan, suppose we ruin everything.
Michelle.
My father always said to me, he said, think very hard before you make a move.
Michelle, it'll be all right.
Shit, and it's raining.
Good try, Max. But I happen to like dead flowers.
Ah, Robert.
Hello, Max.
I thought you were busy all this week.
I thought I was as well, but we got through early this evening, so I stopped by.
I'm so glad you did.
Yes. We haven't seen each other in a while.
No. Mind you, you've been very much in my thoughts.
I have?
Little things keep bringing you to mind. Flight of pigeons in my car. My carpet being used as a culture dish. very complicated idea. Nice.
And you seem to have risen to it rather well. But we should declare a truce. This could become terribly time-consuming.
Oh, really? I was just beginning to get into it.
The proposal is that Earth Trust and Circle 7 form a retail operation in order to introduce the concept of the green supermarket throughout the country. The stores would stock the full range of environmentally friendly products. Food, clothing, house care products, pet food, whatever.
And Circle 7 support this?
Well, I've had discussions with Circle 7 and they're totally behind this new concept. By adopting such a profile, they are now able to attract funding from environmentally conscious investment trusts. The essential distinction is that now Shane Longman are no longer being called upon as sponsors. Instead, Lee's idea brings together Earth Trust with an existing client looking for a new corporate identity in a potential growth market.
Lee, could you explain how the funding for all this will work?
Well, corporate finance have gone over the numbers and the startup costs are moderate. Circle 7 already have the retail outlets. Earth Trust have the experience and knowledge in communicating the idea. Shane Longman would provide funding to set up the Combine and help Earth Trust expand their manufacturing capacity, which would use the service mark Earth Circle. Capital costs be repaid within 6 to 8 years. This market's only going one way, up.
This is an interesting about-face, Lee.
Well, when you think about it, James, it's really the obvious route to take.
Yes. Well, I think we should get behind this project. Good. A very inventive piece of thinking, Lee.
Thank you, James.
May I introduce a few stipulations? There are certain requirements we have of any institution we become involved with.
Yes, Barbara.
I have to say, I find the client laying down conditions to the lending bank about how to behave, well, it's a bit rich. Recycle all our paper materials, anti-glare screens for the computer terminals, implement a new heating and lighting system.
They don't want to compromise their principles. Come on, James. We've spliced together a dwindling retail operation with a cause that's taking off in the public's mind. This will make money.
Nonetheless, these are expensive proposals. I can tell you, it colors my attitude toward the whole project. It's costing us money to get into the deal.
Well, we were considering giving them money for their damn ad campaign to keep Peter Longman happy. Come on, James. Let's not scuttle the deal over a few light bulbs.
I feel like a 747 landed inside my head.
Well, if you drink, you'll get hangovers. It's all part of the natural order of things.
Thank you, Professor Darwin.
Next time, stop at 2 bottles of sake, not 22.
Do you mind, Circa? I mean, I have carried you through more hangovers than you care to remember.
I know, there is nothing more boring than a reformed drunk.
Shane dealers. Oh, yes.
Did I make an awful fool of myself last night? Well, Declan didn't seem to think so. Quite the contrary.
Sirka Nieminen. Who? I'll come out. You know, what happened between us, it was lovely and everything, and you know I'm very fond of you. But I don't see myself in a relationship with a woman. I mean, there's nothing wrong about it, it just isn't for me.
Does it have to be defined in those terms as a relationship?
Well, that's what it sort of amounts to.
I just felt there was something special between us.
There was. There is. We help each other through some hard times. You know, we are very good friends. And what we did, it was perfectly natural.
Yes.
But it's not what I want, Yolande. And I don't want you to be hurt or unhappy. You know, you just can't have any expectation of this going anywhere.
I knew you'd say this.
Can you take... Oh, no, you can't. It's blocked. But didn't anyone tell you which way to go? I'm sorry about this. Joe, could you take these gentlemen round the floor? You'll have to go the long way. Sorry. This stuff isn't for here. This is towels, bathrooms. Zoe, can you take them round? Thanks very much. Hi, sir.
What's going on?
Oh, this is our ecologically responsible operation. What? You know, recycled paper, low voltage lighting, anti-glare... Kitchen! The kitchen! Anti-glare computer screens, low energy light bulbs, low energy photocopier.
Really? That's good.
Yeah.
Wait a second while I turn this screen up. Everything's sort of dim. Oh, that's better. Now I can see how much I'm losing.
Red is for cans, green is for paper, blue is for non-biodegradable material. Okay.
Yeah, all right, thanks. So green's for paper, red's for non-bio... No, wrong. Green. Red's for...
Cans, remember?
I'm in a very difficult position, Lee. On the one hand, I don't want to lose my director of corporate finance. But on the other, you do have considerable debts.
I was hoping to contain this.
Yes. But a court order to attach your salary means it's known in the building. Consequently, my position is even more difficult. And it being the Inland Revenue really places things in a different dimension. Look, if we were to pay out your bonus on the Earth Trust Circle 7 deal in advance, would that extinguish all your debts?
No, James, it wouldn't.
Then can you negotiate a schedule of payments with your creditors and deflect these inquiries being made to the bank here?
I can try.
You must try. If I'm going to help you, you have to help me.
I realize that.
I can give you 1 month, Lee. And after that, my own integrity will be called into question.
You've got to call off your dogs, Belinda. I need a little time until I can straighten things out. Otherwise, I'm going to be out there in the marketplace hustling for a job, and that won't do anybody any good.
If I do that, what about the casino? Have you given up gambling, Lee?
You could say that. They got pretty heavy. I'm paying them hefty interest rates until I can get square.
Get square how?
I have put my flat on the market. I'm looking for something smaller. James Farrell insists that I clear all my debts, and that's the only way I can manage it. My job's important to me, Belinda. I'm good at it, and I care about it. And it's all I've got right now. Quite a thing, isn't it? 48-year-old guy getting into the studio market. The kids will be impressed.
Oh, come on, Lee. The kids don't mind where you live.
Will you speak to your lawyer?
All right. That's okay, Lee. Why don't you let me get this?
What are you thinking about?
I'm just thinking how happy I am we're going to be doing this.
I'm happy too.
I wanted to be with you since the first day you walked into Shane. And you ordered that ridiculous sandwich for lunch.
Yeah, you know, I had a crush on you as well, but I tried to hide it.
Yeah, but I knew.
Oh.
Circa told me. You asked her if I was involved with anyone.
Yes, but I was casually interested.
An office romance.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's exactly what it
I
is,
know.
isn't it? Do I drive you crazy with all my anxieties?
Yep. No, I'm pretty impossible. I want you to always tell me everything that worries you.
Declan, you know that you're my best friend. In the whole world.
Yeah, you're mine.
We're very lucky, aren't we? I mean, being such good friends before anything else.
Michelle, it's just gonna get better and better and better.
So you think we're doing the right thing then?